The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Lawrence going to put it up right away. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, let's go. Hey, Jupiter. Hey, I'm gun.
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Hey, Lion. 11.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down at a yard. Now Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Rip, 23.
Lawrence going to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. It's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
He's got his tight end down the field. That's Sanders. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 70 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. No problem there on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
13, Lou. Hot.
From the gun, Bigsby. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Sure didn't take this offense long to get within striking distance of the end zone. 2 plays.
Feel the energy? You can just feel it, can't you? Because they are creating it on offense, the way they're running the football. Now they've swept into the red zone. Momentum all on their side.
He'll find Metcalf. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Hey,
Lawrence going to move him around a bit. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 55 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
All right, let's go.
Bigsby is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Take right open. Hey, Lion. 11, Agate. Hey, kill. Here we go.
Lawrence will throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DK Metcalf. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. You look at this Jaguar defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Ready? Go, Reed. Go. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Young quickly to the flat. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. The Panthers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's a 2nd and 5. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On the set. Come on, set.
It'll be Young again. And his throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, sack. Track at 60.
They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air once more, Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They motion the running back out left. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point safely through. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here's Lawrence.
He gets it, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
And he will have a Jaguars first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
11.
Now Lawrence to throw.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Go, let's go. Go.
Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
30 left. Here we go.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Tank Bigsby, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. The play fake, now Young. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen.
Check. Let's go now.
Young going to give to Brooks.
Broken tackle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Young now. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Looking to throw, Young.
That one complete to again.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Here's Brooks.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Young. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because,
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here's second and 5 now from the 22.
Chap 60. Ready? Buffalo 18. Set up.
Now Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Come on.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
Go.
Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. A try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a two-score swing that you just gave up.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Let's go now. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Now Young.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Young to throw it. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
This is 2nd and 8.
Panther 11, Panther go. Warrior 70. Ready.
Throwing. Young. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Eric Armstead busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready, ready.
To throw. Young.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting it. But they needed more than that. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Partner, we always talk about how important third down is, but I think first down is equally important because everything comes off of that play. If the defense wins the down, they are able to attack. If the offense wins the down, they might go faster, do other things, and change things up. That big play right there allows this offense to really get in gear.
Young will set to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Eric Armstead, his second sack of the night.
At the 22-yard line.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Throw right side taken by Sanders.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead, a handoff up the middle.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Jonathan Brooks taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead is down to 4. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. It was a Caleb Evans in on the stop.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Here we go. Set. Mustang 19. Ready.
Following the interception, Young rolling to his right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Now a give to Brooks running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready.
Young to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Ready. Set.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try it now with Brooks. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
These are 24.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Rip 23.
Now Lawrence. This one into the hands of Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Easy. Route. Great job. Take right open.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
82 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
11, Agate.
Lawrence will throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Two yards to go, 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Come 19, come 19.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Let's go. Go.
Here's Young. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Check smash. Check smash. 19 Lions.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's second down. Now Young. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached. Because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. Young to throw. That is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Big strides. Look at him go.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Brooks is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come up first and 10 here.
Hey, Lion, Lion. Here we go.
Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Here comes second down.
Hey, kill.
Throwing now, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
45 ticks remain as they come up on a second down. Here's Lawrence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here. Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's fourth down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to win the football game. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And that kneeled down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Carolina, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.